Good morning. I'm Rosalind Pryor, speech language pathologist and educational diagnostician, and I am here today to talk about the first part of a new series concerning in-person settings or in-person school settings during this virtual pandemic. These environments are going to look very different and change a lot during this pandemic, and can be especially hard for children with speech and language disorders and other learning disabilities. So, and there are many challenges. So let's talk about challenge number one when you're dealing with in classroom or in school environments with these students. So challenge number one is changes from your familiar routine. Your routine is going to be very unfamiliar and it's going to be especially unfamiliar for the child. So new restrictions on where children can go in the building, where they eat lunch, where they have recess, and who they work and share their materials with will require them to unlearn much of what they already know. Children may also be challenged by new seating and classroom arrangements and restricted interactions with their friends. No hugging, no high fives, no fist bumps. You may be able to do an elbow bump, but you can't get close to the friends that you were used to getting close to. And this can be very different for children as they go back to school or as they are already in school during this pandemic. So how can you help your child? First of all, help a child by preparing for the changes. You always want to let the child know what is going to happen once they get there to school. Use social stories. I've talked about that before as to how it's going to look, and make sure that the school has let you know what the arrangement will be. Visual schedules for children and other visual supports to help set the expectation. So you want the child to know what to expect once they walk into that school building, or at least have a good idea of what to expect. Have them practice telling the teacher if they're not feeling well or if they need to use the restroom, because that's going to be a very different task as we go into schools during a pandemic. Everyone's not going to be able to line up in the hall before like we did and go to the restroom all at one time. There's going to be different cleaning regimens in the school. Not as many students are going to be able to go to the restroom. There's going to be different hand washing techniques that are going to be really strictly, that students have to really strictly abide by. So make sure that your child knows what those hand washing techniques are, knows what distancing is, have an idea of what 6 feet is, using maybe, it's like if you walk 3 long steps, that may be 6 feet. You need to stay that distance apart from your nearest neighbor or the person that's sitting beside you in the classroom. So make sure that your child understands all of these changes that are going to help, are going to go on and help as we go to school during this pandemic. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment box, and please subscribe. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.